trading pre-market prior to the New York Stock Exchange opening, okay, can be a very valuable option for all those who are unable to trade, once the market opens at 9:30. A lot of people are on their way or already at their jobs, getting settled in, maybe have meetings and work they have to do. And a lot of people just cannot trade when they are working a full-time job. So pre-market trading is a very good option for someone that can possibly look for setups maybe 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. But I do cut my trading off if I'm looking at trading pre-market around about 9 o'clock. That last half an hour before the market opens up at 9:30 Eastern time, I'm not interested in trading around that time, because then that's when the volatility things start to kind of ramp up around that time. So I don't want to be, trading when all that testosterone is building inside of the actual market. But pre-market trading, I love to trade between 7:30 and about 9 o'clock in the morning, trading pre-market, okay? Now, when it comes to trading on the NinjaTrader charts, it doesn't really matter what charts you trade from, but I personally trade NinjaTrader 8. That is the platform of choice. It is one of the top trading future platforms out there. And when I'm doing so, around that 7:30 magical time frame in the morning, I'm basically looking for the same thing, okay? First and foremost, structure. That's the most important thing that every trader needs to, when I say needs, I mean stress that needs to master if you want to make it in the business of day trading futures for an actual living. You can do so, but you've got to be able to read, starting off, I'm going to tell you this. Number one, most important thing, look at a higher base chart. It doesn't matter if you're trading range, tick, volume, or even time charts. You need to use something of a higher scale to give you more landscape to be able to determine what the overall market is doing, to project the direction in which you actually need to trade. That's way before you start moving down to a lower base chart. I have a simple strategy that I talk about just about in a lot of videos here in the channel, which goes over multi-chart confluence, but we're using basically a higher base chart to figure out which direction the market is moving, and then scaling down to a lower base chart to find entries on. That fines-tune things. But what I'm really focusing on is structure, price action. But when it comes to the strategy, supply and demand, because I trade supply and demand. It is a universal strategy, and it can be very simple if you know how to trade it correctly, all surrounding with or in the movement of the market, with the movement of the market, I should say. Now, pre-market setups are no different than looking for setups during the actual opening of the New York Stock Exchange, okay, at 9:30 in the morning. But at 7:30 in the morning, if you're looking to scalp and try to find a setup somewhere between that and by the time you leave to go to actual work, you can do so. And I'm talking to all my full-time traders, full-time workers out there that are holding down a full-time job, whatever the industry that you're in, but you're also looking to want to make some extra income on the side, trading the future markets, okay? And like I said, NinjaTrader is a great platform. It is one that to me, it's highly respectable. It's a great platform to use. It's been around for a long time. And not just that, but they are a company that is a one-stop shop. They offer both brokerage and their trading platform services. And they're one of the top-notch premier platforms and services out there. Now, what am I looking for when it comes to actually doing the pre-market? Again, what is structure doing? Like last Friday, we had a nice sell-off to the downside, but yesterday we kind of regained some of that composure by making higher highs and higher lows. If you don't know much about market structure, all that is determining the wave movements within the market, okay? Are we making those higher highs and higher lows? Are we reversing and starting to make lower lows and lower highs? But we're looking for the movement within the market. If the market is, say, for example, we've got all this massive sell-off. The market was bullish. You could clearly see that we were making highs, higher lows, and then moving in wave movements to the upside. But then when the market starts to reverse and we get, say, for example, a breaker structure come lower, meaning lower here, all right, breaking here, pulling back, and then just swinging to the downside, you can look for opportunities to actually go short up until the time to where the market actually starts to show its hand and starts to do what? Makes higher highs and higher lows back to the upside. We want to see where the market is transitioning from making and swinging lower to where now it's making, let's blow this up a little bit, highs, higher lows, highs, coming back, higher highs, pushing higher, higher lows, higher highs. So when we start to do that, we also want to make sure that we're taking out structure or levels to the left-hand side of the chart too. So again, if the market is moving to the downside and we're breaking structure, wait for it to start swinging back to the upside to where it's making movements like this right here, making highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and also making sure that we are taking out levels to the left-hand side. That way we can look for pullbacks to key areas of supply. Demand when we're looking to go long. Demand setups are where the market is breaking structure, creating movement with lots of momentum, bullish activity where it takes out a high here, pulls back. This could be a demand zone, makes a new high, pulls back, creates more momentum to the upside with bullish activity, taking out a high here, basically breaking structure and creating a new demand zone, okay? That's what we're looking for. So when the market is transitioning or moving from where it was, trending lower and then starts to make higher highs and higher lows, basically in wave formations to the upside, but we're also taking out levels to what has taken place here, to the left-hand side of the chart, then you should know that the market is now going from a bearish standpoint back to a bullish standpoint. And this is, you can see where the market is making these highs, these, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then higher highs, okay? So, but we're also taking out structure to the upside as well. Now, we have this massive leg right here where we have a major high and a major low. And I tell people all the time, mark off your major levels on your chart. This is a massive leg right here. So if the market starts moving back to the upside, then you can look for something to happen as long as it's breaking structure to look for pullbacks to go long, okay? Now, if we take a look at today's trading session, for example, prior to this, we can see the market was, making those highs, higher lows, higher highs, pushing to the upside, right? And then we get this dip lower, okay? We get a dip lower to where it takes out lows right here. Takes this low out right here, these lows right here. Comes down, low, lower high, lower lows, okay? Get a little pullback. This could have been a supply area, but the market slightly broke above it, grabbing liquidity and then coming lower, making a new low, pulls back, okay? We make another low here, and then the market pushes a little bit higher. So this is actually a supply zone right here, okay? Low, lower high, lows, lower highs, lows, okay? Aggressive buying coming to the downside right here, leaving behind this area of supply. If I said demand, I'm going to say supply, guys. Supply is where you have aggressive selling. Demand is where you have aggressive buying. We are moving now and breaking structure lower below lows here, okay? Remember, we were bullish here, okay? Making higher highs and higher lows, but now bearish. Low, lower highs, low, lower highs, okay? Making new lows, aggressive selling, leaving behind this area of, say, supply right here. We'll mark it up right there. And we have an imbalance or gap that's back at the zone. That's the critical part right there. Probably one of the most important things is that when we're looking for trades, following the direction and movement of the market, according to market structure, we want to, and when we have breaker structures, okay, low, lower, high, breaking structure, okay, low, lower, high, breaking structure, aggressive selling, there must be a gap or imbalance. Most of you may call it FEG, whatever you want to call it, back to this supply area right here. Once the market taps into the zone, we're going to be looking to actually go short, okay? Now, this happened right around 5 something this morning, I believe it was. Was this today? Yeah, October the 14th. This was today. This was a beautiful area of supply right here that could have been taken back to the actual downside right there. And then there was another one right after that, okay? And this one took place around about 8 o'clock this morning, about 8 o'clock this morning, okay? But there was a supply zone there to go short, breaks more structure coming back to the downside. We get a pullback to this area of supply right here. And then that's another opportunity to go short. High probability zone right here. We got a gap at the zone. Again, high probability, taps it again in this area. Look for the rejection to actually go short. So 7:30 to 9 o'clock in the morning, pre-market, you can find some great setups on the charts here on NinjaTrader. I mean, just like you could find during the New York Stock Exchange, when I'm trading that, it's typically between 9:30 and 11 o'clock. I like to trade in the morning, not in the afternoon. I find that there's more volume during that time frame. But the strategy which I discussed, using multi-chart confluence, basically surrounding these supply and demand setups, guys, look, it's very simple. It's nothing complex. There is a say program, or say a tier membership program that you can actually join. It's very inexpensive, pennies on the dollar a day, to be honest. You can become an elite and ultra elite supporter of the actual channel and receive lots of valuable video content, which is a private community is what it is, to receive trade breakdowns, okay? Tons and tons of those videos to where I walk you through setup after setup after setup, discussing market structure, price action, stop loss placement, profit target areas. Just giving you the full rundown of those trades that I post over on our Discord community. I go back and I break them down. I'll be doing one today. Matter of fact, on a trade I took, breaking down the setup. That's what you receive, because that's the video content that really helps people, so they can be able to move forward, but it helps enlighten them to open their eyes, because people have questions about, how does the setup work? What should I be looking for? I break it down. Through each one of those trade breakdown videos, you will learn something, and that will help you understand the areas in which you should be focusing in on to take trades from. Okay, again, because market structure is very important. But you also receive not only the trade breakdown videos, the video playlist, and a great video that I put together covering in detail about market structure as well, for anyone that's struggling with that concept. Now, you can receive all that for just becoming an elite, like I said, elite supporter or elite member, very inexpensive. Or you can choose to become, if you want to, an ultra elite supporter and receive everything I just discussed, plus my live recorded trading sessions, okay? All right, so, and those are recorded trading sessions that I post in form of video content from my sessions that I record, talking to you about top-down analysis, breaking things down from the higher perspective to the lower perspective, looking at the charts, and you see me actually engage in the market and taking trades, and I break those trades down in that video content just as well. So the choice is yours. You can become an elite or an ultra elite. It just depends on which one you want to join. But that is where the cornerstone, the blueprint to how I trade in regards to the strategy as a whole is unveiled. Okay, so if you're interested in becoming an elite or an ultra elite supporter, the link is down in the description portion of the video. Just scroll down to the description. You'll see a link titled Ultra Elite Supporter. Click that. Once you do, give it 1 or 2 seconds, and you'll see some tiers pop up. You'll see them labeled elite and ultra elite, and when you click on each tier, it's going to lay out the perks and rewards that you actually receive for each one, and the price, which is very inexpensive, you'll see. Okay, so to all those out there that are part of the private community, I appreciate you guys supporting the efforts here on the channel. But yeah, definitely so. If you're interested, the link is down in the description portion of the video. Now, if you're not a current subscriber to the channel, guys, okay, make sure to subscribe by clicking that button down below. Turn your post notifications on so you do not miss any of the uploaded content by clicking the bell. And basically, last but not least, is really all I have to say. If you have not already clicked the thumbs up button somewhere within this video, please drop me a like on the video and on each video that you actually watch, okay? I just want to kind of cover today how easy it is to actually look for setups pre-market, trading the futures way before, before the New York Stock Exchange actually opens at 9:30, okay? Again, the magical time frame for me is about 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Take care, and I'll see everyone in the next video.